now.
Okay. Welcome, welcome to the Cancer Journey Show. So this is the show that answers the question, what is Cancer Journey Coaching? Because Cancer Journey Coaching is very new to the scene of coaching, and cancer coaching is kind of an up and coming field, even though coaching has been around for a while. So we invented this show because we wanted to demonstrate rather than explain what Cancer Journey Coaching is, because we can talk and talk, but it just doesn't come through. So mainly what we usually say is that we're helping people with their spiritual, emotional, and physical needs, and mental, and hoping and helping them grow in the process. So we have a demonstration for you today, an ongoing demonstration with our dear client, Cathy, who has volunteered to have her journey be visible to all of you in service of getting the word out about what this Cancer Journey Coaching is. And where we've been spending a lot of time with Cathy in her sessions is on her negative ego, which is something that happens for all of us humans. It's that thing that gets in the way of us being our truer self and living our best life and being our most available and happy. So she's been navigating the nuances of her negative ego. And so today we're going to pick up where we left off with her homework. Sherry Ann is going to be the coach today. And I just want to thank you again for joining us. So take it away, Sherry Ann.
Thank you, Carrie. Cathy, can you undo your video? And Carrie, can you turn yours off?
I will.
Thank you. Hi, Cathy.
Hi.
Yes, I can hear you now. Let's start with Pesh.
Okay. Physically, I would say I'm a 9. Emotionally, I'd say I'm a 7.5. Spiritually, about a 6. And hope, I'd say I'm about a 9.5.
All right. And one word that describes you in this moment?
I would have to say it's different from this morning, but right now I'm feeling a little bit how you feel after you've had a good cry. So whatever that would be.
Right.
I haven't, but I feel that way.
Relief.
Relief, yeah, relief.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you for that snapshot of you in this moment. So what do you want to be coached on today?
Well, I'd like to, continue on from where we left off last week, where I was checking in with my heart, responding to emotion, and getting present when I notice my negative ego or fear. And I have been becoming more aware, and there are 2 incidents today that happened. And one I'm a little, I've visited this concept before, but I'm a little confused about it. I was walking and I've been practicing better self-talk.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm like, well, if I'm telling myself, yeah, I'm visualizing my heart being strong and pink and red, and I'm saying, okay, yes, you're strong, you're healthy. Who is that talking? And who am I talking to?
Okay.
So it's like there's 2 voices, and is my goal to make that one voice, or do you always have these two voices that are competing? And are they different voices at different times? Like, is it the negative ego that I'm talking to, or is it when I'm saying things like you're strong, your heart, look how well your body's doing, you know, those kinds of
Sure,
things? Who's
sure.
talking?
Well, we're multidimensional beings. Like you're not just one note. Kind of like you're a sister and a mom and a aunt. You know, you have many roles in your life. So there's many
Mm-hmm.
parts of you. Negative ego is definitely one. And we've been working on that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But what sounds like is coming up is your nurturing parent. How does that resonate when I say that?
Or my cheerleader.
Your
Yeah.
cheerleader. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I get that you're really trying to get in touch with your negative ego so it doesn't run the show. So that's
Mm-hmm.
wonderful. What is it like for you when you hear the cheerleader? Because it sounds like that was the conversation. Was the cheerleader and the negative ego? Who was the other voice sounding like?
Well, the other voice wasn't really a voice. It was more like I'm talking to my body.
Mm,
And so does that mean that, you know, I'm separate? So if my body, I mean, this is one of the things that has been kind of a hurdle for me is, you know, being blindsided by the cancer. It's like,
right,
how come I didn't know this? How come I don't, you know, it's like now, you know, yeah, there was pain, it was misdiagnosed, but, you know, I knew it was pain, but I didn't know it was cancer. And so
right,
now I'm like, I'm pain free, I feel strong, and yet there's still cancer in my body. And it's like, so how do you trust your body? Right. And so, when I'm talking to myself, it's like I'm convincing, you know, I visualize my bones being white and strong. And yet you go and you get your scans or your tests, and it's not what you're visualizing.
right, right. So what I'm really hearing is the questioning of what's the right voice that I'm hearing? And what do I trust?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's like, do I trust my body? Do I trust this voice that's coming up? It's like, who do I listen to?
Yeah, and it's you know, it's your heart, right? I think is what is grounded and true for each of us. And so my cheerleader, I guess, when I was walking, who I was talking to was my heart
Okay.
and my body, and I guess it's believing it. I think what I would like is the conversation to be the other way around,
Right.
you know?
I totally get that. It's like, can my heart talk to me? Whether that's my head or my body, it's like, can my heart lead the conversation?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
let me introduce you. So, yes, heart, we have that heart, the one that's right here, that's beating. We also have a second heart. It's kind of like a second brain, and that is right below where your solar plexus are, and that's our power center. Some people call it your gut, where your intuition comes from, your
Mm-hmm.
knowing. So just notice that's got a lot of names like power center, intuitive, intuition, gut. Um, and I want you to just put your hand there. Yeah. To that knowing place, like trust, evoke trust, and just go down there. And you can close your eyes if you want to just connect with that part of us. And just, can you speak from there? What does your gut know?
My gut knows I'm going to be okay. And then immediately I have this, yeah, but you're setting yourself up. Yeah, but how
And
do you know that?
because that is exactly the language of the negative ego.
Uh-huh.
And it wants you to not go there because it's afraid of the unknown. So it's like, I only know here, and here's what's going on. That's true. So just, I'm so glad that you vocalized what was coming up, because that is when you hear yeah but and I should, those are absolute phrases of the negative ego. So now come back to your gut. That said, it's going to be okay. What else does it? One more thing that it wants to tell you that it knows.
And I know what I need to do.
And you know what you need to do. What was it like hearing that come out?
Um, what was it like? I mean,
You went to your head. Can you
yeah,
tell? Yeah, back here,
yeah,
it's like, oh,
yeah.
it felt good. My shoulders
Mm-hmm,
released, or it was like,
mm-hmm.
oh, I whatever. What happened?
Yeah. Well, it's, yeah, I know what I need to do, but then I think there's like all these choices, there's all this information, and I've been experiencing information overload lately,
Yeah.
and not, you know, picking a path is what I need to do.
Right. So the do really triggered your head again, because it
Mm-hmm,
wanted to figure it out. And every
mm-hmm.
time we go up there, it's like, okay, mind come into play. The mind can pros and cons anything all day long, and then
Yeah.
you have that swirl. That's not
Mm-hmm.
helpful. When you come back down to the knowing where it lives, in this power center in your gut, that's not trying to pro con you or anything. It just wants you to know.
Mm-hmm. Well, I know
Breathe.
I need to be, it's telling me now, it's like, yeah, you need to be gentle,
There we go.
be gentle.
And it feels like, so you know the cancer journey roadmap, right? The you
Mm-hmm.
roadmap. And we start, we have innocence, the call, initiation, the pit, allies, breakthrough, and transformation. Where do you feel like you are today?
Um, I feel like I'm in allies.
Okay.
I feel, because I'm feeling like my gut is my ally,
Mm-hmm.
and my heart, and I'm learning how to be more in touch with those two things. And my head just really is getting in the way.
Right, right. It's kind of like the blob that wants to keep pulling you down into the pit. Because
Yep.
the allies is you coming out of the
Mm-hmm.
pit, and they're
Mm-hmm.
going, we gotcha. So it's your gut and your heart, and they're grabbing your arms, and they're like, come, Cathy, we gotcha. And then the blob, AKA your negative ego, is going, no, 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 no. I don't
Yeah.
want change.
Mm-hmm. But I do, because I know that I can't go back to the way I was living before and be healthy.
Yeah. So keep letting your heart and your gut pull you out. Feel them like lifting you from the pit.
Mm-hmm.
And what other allies are showing up? What are you noticing?
Well, there's you and Carrie. There's I'm working with an Ayurvedic practitioner that I'm really connecting with. So there's her, are the strongest ones.
Yeah. Are you feeling it like, okay, we're rallying with your heart and your gut.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We're there
Yeah.
around you.
Yes.
And so from here, surrounded by your allies, what's possible?
That I can release myself from the pit, from that blob, that negative ego, and begin to look forward.
Hmm. What's forward? What's there?
So that's the big question.
Okay.
It's,
Just not
yeah,
the long term, just right now, just the next step. So you're right
next,
here, we're with you. It's almost like we're linking arms with you. What's just the next step in front of you?
well, the next step is for me is to choose my nutritional healing path. And I've decided one of the things that I'm going to be doing is creating a spreadsheet and keeping track of the supplements I'm taking and why, and put like a little research thing next to it.
Mm-hmm.
Because everything's just been in my head, and I have notes here and there, and I talk to different people and get different advice and different information, and
Right,
some of it resonates and some of it doesn't.
right.
So I think that's my next
Okay. So
thing I need to do.
can I,
Decision.
so let me just check this out. So right now you're kind of supported by all your allies and you've got them.
Mm-hmm.
You've got your heart and your gut, which you have with you all the time, by the way. So you can access those at any point of the day. And you want to create kind of a look-see of what's going on right here. Like I'm taking
Mm-hmm.
all these supplements and do they really resonate with me?
Mm-hmm.
Energetically, like if I just check in with those two allies, my heart and my gut, how does it feel to be with supplement A and supplement B and capturing that? So getting clarity on what you're actually putting in your body.
Right. Clarity.
How's that
Mm-hmm.
feel?
That's great. That's exactly what I need, what I want to do. Mm-hmm.
You just lifted yourself there. You just got lifted. What happened?
Um, well, I feel a little bit excited about it. Like, yeah, I've got a bunch of information now, and I need to put it all together so I can see the big picture.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm. And see what I can let go of, because I don't need really to probably take some of them.
right. Because there's the knowing in
Mm-hmm.
we're tapping into your body wisdom, by the way, the heart and the gut. We're staying out of the realm of the pros and cons. We're just the yes and the no here,
Mm-hmm.
our body.
Yes. Yeah.
And that's truer than trying to weigh pros and cons.
Yeah. 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 It's like, now, why are you doing this?
Right, exactly. It's the clarity. That feels
Mm-hmm.
like that's the solid word for you right now.
Yeah.
Great. So your homework that you've given
Mm-hmm.
to yourself is to
Okay.
is to have all, I mean, you could even do this. Here's the invitation, and you tell me, because I know you want to do the spreadsheet, and that so massages your head and your brain. But you
Yeah.
could have the supplements right in front of you and pick them up individually and just like, you, how do I feel about you? It's like tuning into your own. You know how they used to have Geiger counters? I'm sure they still do. And it would be like, yes, no,
Mm-hmm.
like checking in with that.
I think I could do that, but I'd want to do it. I want to do both ways.
Okay.
I'd want to know, okay, now why are you doing this, and have that written down, and then research and get all that done, and then I could go through and see how I feel energetically.
Beautiful. Beautiful. If that felt like a wonderful trilogy, information, what was the second one?
Research
Research,
and the why,
and then the energy.
the energy, yeah, the energy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How's that feel as a homework?
It's good. It's what I want to do. Yeah,
Perfect.
yeah.
Okay, so what is your word for this moment?
Um, I'm excited for this next step.
Lovely. Yeah, there feels like the more powerful you is here.
Mhm. Yeah.
Thank you, Kathy.
Thank you, Sherry Ann.
That was fun.
Yeah.
Have a good rest of the day. Thank you.
Thank you. You too. Bye.
Bye for now.
Thank you, Kathy. Thank you, Sherry Ann.
Thank you.
So just to look a little bit more at this coaching, I love this coaching because it was more of a noticeable shift in her energy. So we started with PESH, which is the grounding tool, and then went into leaving off where was her homework from last time. She wanted to pick up from where she left off. And then there was a lot of lovely talking about her multidimensionality. The difference, we made a distinction between our head voice, which we have in singing too, but our head voice and her heart and solar plexus. And the difference between when she's tapping into the wisdom of her body and her solar plexus and that part of her versus her head. What beautiful information she got.
Mm-hmm.
That her head is not her ally.
Right. She never called it her ally. It's actually the one that's getting in the way.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we brought in a tool that we haven't brought in yet called the Cancer Journey Roadmap, which is one of our signature tools. And I'm tempted to even bring up a graphic of that. Maybe we can next time. But the Cancer Journey Roadmap has 7 steps, and in the center is the pit. And that is where Cathy has been, is in the pit. And the pit often has that ego conversation. There's this stuckness to it, which is why the shifts that we've been making with Cathy have been so subtle, is sometimes it takes several sessions for a client to get out of the pit. But once we knew she was in Allies, she had given up something in the pit. And then she was able to move, like she said, she's able to move forward and give herself her own homework assignment, which is she's going to move forward with what she's doing. And before, it just felt like she was stuck. So yay!
Yay, Kathy. And I can show a graphic really quick, Carrie.
Great.
Okay, let me share my screen. So here's the graphic that Carrie's speaking of.
Yeah, so here's the Cancer Journey Roadmap in all its glory. And where Cathy has been is in the pit. Sherry, will you? Yeah. So now she's in Allies, and she's learning to lean into her body wisdom. So maybe next time when we coach her, she'll be in Breakthrough. Who knows? Maybe she'll be back down in the pit. We don't know. It doesn't necessarily have to move forward, but everybody goes through this on their cancer journey.
Yes. And nobody gets stuck in the pit forever. Even though when you're in the pit, it feels like you will.
It does. Yeah. It sure does.
Okay, so I'm glad we had an opportunity to show that.
Yes. And Cathy's going to go home and do her homework. And we're going to see that probably my intuition says that, since she's going to be in action, and she's been dying to be in action, right? Every time she comes on the call and she just kind of feels paralyzed. And now it feels like she's better resourced. So thank you for the coaching.
You're welcome.
And what's next for the Cancer Journey and the Cancer Journey Institute? We have, if you're interested in becoming a coach or learning more about what this Cancer Journey coaching is, we do have a program coming up that starts on April 21st. And all of this is on our website at thecancerjourneyinstitute.com.
Actually, it's just thecancerjourney.com.
It's just thecancerjourney.com.
We'll type that into the chat.
So anything else we need to say before we close? Sherry Ann, dear?
No, I am complete. Thank you.
Fantastic. So until next time. Blessings.
Yes. Remember, you are more powerful than you realize. Bye for now. See you next week.
Bye for now.
Bye.